Let's talk implications of all of this with Democratic State Representative Ryan Clancy. Representative, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's start with the Democratic side, if you don't mind. You know, some progressive voting blocs, they voiced displeasure with the Biden-Harris administration. Do you think that could hurt them with so many candidates on the ballot this time around?
Yeah, I think and thank you for having me, Kelly. And I think having more folks on the ballot really underlines the importance of Democrats up and down the ticket really listening to voters. And as you noted, I mean the margin the last time that Trump was on the ballot in Wisconsin was extremely small. It's about 20,000 votes. And it's important for Democrats then to be being bold on policy. And I think this election really is Harris's to lose. And I think Harris being bold on immigration and trans rights and Palestine is how she's going to win Wisconsin.
You know, in years past, we have witnessed significant tensions within the Wisconsin state legislature, as you know. Harkening back to 2011, Democrats were trying to stop Scott Walker from enacting anti-union laws. What's the relationship right now? What's the temperature with Republican and Democratic lawmakers in the state at this hour?
It is incredibly dysfunctional. I was a teacher myself during Act 10, during that piece of anti-union legislation, and there is a great appetite to regain control of the state house. Right now, Democrats only had 35 out of 99 seats in the assembly in a very purple state, and one that is essentially 50-50. I know that we're going to get closer to that 50-seat majority, so we can actually enact a lot of the wildly popular legislation that we've been trying to get hearings for.
And there's so much happening in the backdrop as well. You know, Republicans have a large majority in the state legislature. You outlined that. A new legislative map, though, could change all of it. Do you see a flip coming, Representative?
I do. There is a path for us to get to 50, and that looks like Democrats on the ground being bold on policy, and it looks like Harris and Walz being bold. And it really is important that they are not just relying on this very, very real, very tangible sense of hope that I'm hearing on doors from voters, but also that they're being bold on policy. Because ultimately, hope is not saving lives in Palestine. Hope is different than action, and I think I am very much certain and looking forward to a real platform and seeing Harris pull along a lot of the disaffected voters on the left, folks that were never trying to decide between Trump and Biden back when he was on the ticket, but between Biden and showing up at all. And I know that Harris can do the right thing on Palestine, can call for an embargo and a ceasefire, and then win Wisconsin, win Michigan, and take the presidency.
You know, there's this group called the States Project, and they're aiming to elect Democrats in state legislatures. They've included Wisconsin in their plans for this year. What do you think the impact of their work will be?
Yeah, I mean, it is important to focus on, I mean, both the top of the ticket and those down ballot races. It is ludicrous that in a state that is as evenly split between Democrats and Republicans as Wisconsin are, that we're in almost a supermajority position, both in the Senate and the Assembly here in Wisconsin. So as much as I know residents are going to be tired of hearing a stream of political ads, this is an incredibly critical place. And it's both on those third parties to reach voters and also on the candidates themselves.
And what are you hearing from voters in your state? What are the most important issues to them at this hour? How will they be voting based on those issues?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, reproductive rights is usually on the edge of everybody's lips when I'm knocking on doors, and so is basic economic things. And I know people are very much in favor of a durable, permanent ceasefire in Palestine. And I think increasingly understanding that because it's the United States funding this genocide, even that last shipment of arms was $20 billion. That we could fix a lot of problems with that. We could, provide healthy, free school lunches for every child in the United States for that. We could put a big dent in ending homelessness for those same dollars. So there is an appetite, I think, both to take care of people's basic needs and rights, and also to make sure that we're doing the right thing overseas.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.